Everyone, it's Jasmill. Welcome back to Millennial Glow Up, my new series all about, what is a good cash line for this series? Following me, a young millennial, where I'm documenting my journey all about accomplishing my goals, finding financial stability, and my career path. And if you relate to this topic, don't forget to comment down below so I can see who is connecting with these series. So today is all about my net worth. I'm going to be showing you guys, unveiling my net worth, starting from the bottom, starting from very, very little. I actually have a negative net worth right now, but I think it's beneficial for other people that are younger than me, other people that are in similar places in their life as I am. And we're gonna track my progress. I think I want to do quarterly, like every 3 months, so you can see like more significant changes, tracking the things that I'm investing in, the things that I'm buying, so you guys can see my progress and get inspired too. I'm not an expert. Please do not ask me crazy financial questions. I'm really not an expert at all. I just love documenting and I love content creating, and I wanna, show more of this side to myself on this YouTube channel. I'm also doing this mainly for selfish reasons. I want to hold myself accountable. So I'm pre-filming this without a job. I'm unemployed at the moment, and I'm probably gonna upload this once I do find that stable job, because it makes no sense to have an update every 3 months when I'm not making any significant changes and I'm unemployed and I don't have a job. If you want to see my journey of how I got to this point, then you can check them out on this playlist as well. They're all going to be in this playlist. I made a personal financial statement for myself. I actually did study accounting and finance in college. That was my major, that was my concentration. I love numbers, I love being organized, and I didn't know what I wanted to major in, so I just went with something super basic. But I also know that it's super important just to know these things in this capitalistic society that we live in. All businesses have financial statements, and everyone should have a financial statement as well. So I'm grateful that I did learn those things in college, and I took tax in college, so I do know I have a pretty good understanding. I did this because me and my cousin are on similar paths. So she has Audible, and she bought all of the Rich Dad Poor Dad audiobooks. The first thing he said was that you also want to have a personal financial statement, like a profit and loss sheet, and then also a balance sheet for yourself, for your life, so you can have your finances in order. And that's what I'm going to be reading off today. I'm going to be super transparent, and I have it set up as the first sheet is an expenses like list. It's like a table where the expenses are in the first column, then the amount monthly is in the second column, and then when it is due or when I'm paying it is in the third column. And I have included in this list things that I don't even pay for yet, because I want to be prepared for when I do move out. I currently live with my parents. When I do move out and I start paying rent and start paying groceries again and start paying my own gym membership, I want to be prepared to have those things on my list and play around with some of the amounts, so I can see where I'm at and if I can afford it and if it's a good thing for me. But currently the only thing I'm paying for right now on credit cards is Apple Music, Google Drive storage, iCloud laptop, and Lightroom. There's some things that I feel like are necessary right now, and they're very low, and I'm paying them monthly. It's a monthly subscription that I'm paying. On the middle part of the table, I have savings and investments accounts that I want to contribute to monthly, so I have those there too, so I can include that in my part of my expenses. And then I have credit cards that I want to pay off, and I just include the monthly minimum amount due currently, but in the future I obviously want to pay more than the minimum monthly amount, and I want to get rid of this high interest debt as soon as possible so I don't get charged interest. My credit card score can go back to normal, get back to being in the 700s. And yeah, and then I have like some goals that I want to hit by 30. I want to pay off all my student loans. I want to save 100K. I want to buy multi-unit properties. I want to start my e-commerce store. I want to max out all my IRA accounts. I want to make 6 figures yearly. I want to save about 10 to 20K for a used car. I want to, you know, be a credit card expert and have the best credit cards and benefit from all the benefits that come with that. Ooh, I also am drinking this juice that I made last night. Since we now have a juicer in the household, we're starting to get into the habit of drinking more juices, getting in our fruits and veggies. This one has celery in it, and celery is so gross. But yeah. And then I have my balance sheet down below. I have this this table where it says my monthly income, and it says fixed. So when I get my day job, I'll put in that cash flow that goes in there. I put it in this little tab. And then if I ever do any freelance, and if it's like a stable monthly amount, then I'll be able to put it in there. If I get to the point where my interest and dividends on my investments or my savings accounts get large enough to matter, then I'll put it in there as well. And then when I am able to make enough money from YouTube and TikTok, if I ever, you know, get to where my AdSense is stable and a pretty good amount every month, then I'll be able to put it in there. And then when I have property and, you know, they're able to produce enough income, enough cash flow to cover the mortgage and, you know, cover everything, and then there's a little excess amount, then I'll be able to put it in there. So I have these things listed that I like, sources of income and sources of cash flow that I have listed there that I want to, you know, eventually get to the place where they are producing enough monthly. And then I have my monthly expenses down below, and this thing is tied to the tab above. So every time I change or I update my monthly expenses, it'll calculate down below. So right now I have the little like the leftover amount is negative because I don't have a job right now and I don't have any sources of stable income coming in right now. So and I'm not taking unemployment right now. Right now, this is all just the help of my family members. And that's why I'm in like, not a panic, but I'm definitely spending a lot of time and energy trying to look for a job, applying and going on as many interviews as I can, because I am ready to be fully independent next year in 2021. And then I have all my assets listed out. I have my Elevest IRA account, which is about almost $12,000. So my IRA account is from my 401k account from when I got my first job after college, and I was doing my contributions and my employer was matching those contributions. And then when I quit my job, I rolled it over into a traditional IRA account, and then I think I put it into another like Roth IRA account. And then I found out about Elevest, which is a platform, you know, just like a regular financial platform where you can save and your money goes into the stock market, into different stocks and bonds and stuff like that, into different funds. And I was also able to transfer my IRA into that account. So it is like a retirement account. If you want to take it out, you have to, you know, fill out a form, and it might be subject to different fees and all that stuff. So you don't know how many times I thought about taking this money out throughout the past, like, what, 3 years, ever since I left that job, just because either I didn't have enough money, or I was going on a trip, or I wanted to invest in something, in like a business or something. But every time I really think about it, I'm like, no, like this is the only money that I have saved up that is for retirement, that's growing, that is a large sum, and that I work so hard to build up. It's tucked away in Elevest and it's growing with the market. So it definitely did go down a lot in March and I was losing money, but again, with the stock market, you have to be patient. You have to have that mindset that is in it for the long term, and you can't get freaked out by short-term market changes. You have to just let it sit there and let it grow and keep investing in it monthly and on a consistent basis. When I get a job, I'm definitely going to contribute as much as I can. I want to max it out. And then I have Elevest other savings accounts, but right now it's 0. I have a Fidelity IRA account from my other job, but it wasn't that much. It's only $100 because I quit right after I was able to become eligible for that IRA account or 401k account. I was a part-time employer and I was working there for almost 2 years, and they were finally like, okay, let's give this girl a freaking 401k account. But then I quit because the job really sucked and one of my managers was horrible. So I might make us actually, I think I do want to make a video about that. And then I have jewelry. I have real gold jewelry, and I count that as an asset just because if you ever need like quick money and you go to sell your gold, it is a substantial amount of money. So I actually, one time I wanted to get rid of all my ex-boyfriend, you know, jewelry, like ex-relationship jewelry, and just jewelry that I never really wore, jewelry that was too big on me and that I didn't really like anymore. And I got like $500 out of it, and then I used that money to buy Christmas gifts one Christmas, which isn't like the best decision ever. I should have probably put it in a savings account or invested it in the stock market. And I believe that they are valued at $1,500. I just kind of like estimated that number, I guessed that number. I'm not sure, but I think that's what it is. And eventually I do want to invest in gold coins and gold bars, and also invest in the stock of gold and silver. That's in the future. And then I actually do have Bitcoin and cold storage. I have about $800. Then I have about $60 in Ethereum, $9 in Bitcash, and $47 in Litecoins. And I'm not sure how it totally works. I paid for a program to learn about the simple things of Bitcoin back in 2018 when everyone was going crazy about it and people were made millionaires of it. And it was kind of high, but I invested monthly into an account, into these accounts for about like 6 months. So I have about $1,000 in total in, you know, cryptocurrency in my cold storage. I would continue to invest in the future and, you know, continue to learn about it just because this world is going digital. And then I have a Synchrony savings account, and it was actually supposed to be a really high yield savings account, supposed to be like 2.5%, but because the markets are down right now, it went down to like 1% or even less, and I only have $10 on there because that was my emergency fund money, and I was in emergency this whole year. I was unemployed, so I used all that money up and I left $10 in there. Then I have a Fidelity brokerage account. It's 0 right now. I took money out, and in the future I want to open up a Vanguard account, a Charles Schwab account, and I have an Ally financial savings account, and I have $15 in there. And I want to continue to, like, you know, just open up different savings accounts at different banks, and I want to just diversify my money and grow my savings accounts in different ways. And then I have, for assets that I don't have but I want in the future, I have my intellectual platforms, but I don't get paid enough to cash out every month. So, you know, I get like $10 a month, but eventually I hope that I can grow this channel and gain money and, you know, have it be worth a good amount. I love content creating, so I definitely want to continue it in my life and just have it in my life and create a community, you know. So I guess my total assets from all of that is about $14,000. And then I have my liabilities, which is mostly my bad debt. I don't have any properties right now. Right now I have school loans and it's about $40,000, but thankfully they're not growing because there's no interest because of the pandemic. I have my Discover card account, my Best Buy account, and my Capital One account, and it's about $3,000 in each of these accounts. I've never had this much debt in credit cards account in credit cards. It's about $10,000 in total of the credit card debt. Again, I quit my job, and I thought I purchased a lot of consumer goods in November to January, and I thought that I was gonna be able to pay it off really quickly, but I quit my job. So that happened, and then I continued to, like, I spent about another $3,000 in Instagram giveaways to grow my following on Instagram, because I thought that that was the best thing to, like, gain a bigger audience and make more money and, you know, be taken more seriously as a content creator. But unfortunately that backfired because my engagement went down and the audience that I gained doesn't really care about my content. So it's just lessons that I've had to learn, clearly. So I have about $50,000 in bad debt. So my net worth is negative $35,777. But, you know, obviously, like, my goal for when I'm 30 is to be positive net worth and to have more assets, make more money, become a millionaire. Because honestly, to live comfortably in this life and this country, you gotta be a millionaire. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you wanna continue and join me, let me know down below.